What if I told you that you don't even need 100 subscribers to start making money from YouTube? In this video, I'll teach you the exact blueprint for making more money than 99% of creators in just 28 days. This blueprint is designed for people starting from zero. It's how creators with tiny audiences build 6- and 7-figure businesses. See, there's an entirely different game being played right under your nose. A game where the real money is made. A game with different rules. A game you can win. I need to warn you, what I'm about to share will challenge everything you know about making money on YouTube. It might even make you angry that nobody told you about this sooner. The good news is this: you probably have at least 100K trapped inside your head right now, and this blueprint is the key to unlocking it. This is the exact blueprint Garrett Wing used to make more money in the first 30 days than most creators make in their first year.
We sold $50,000 worth in 2 weeks. My jaw kind of hit the floor when I realized the potential.
Garrett Wing is a police canine handler who started filming dog training videos with just his phone and a GoPro. When he uploaded his first video in 2019, it got just 21 views. If he had followed the conventional wisdom, he would have spent years grinding for views and subscribers, hoping to qualify for AdSense. But Garrett did something different. Today, his YouTube business generates multiple 7 figures annually. And here's the part that will shock you.
Even though the YouTube monetization is great, it only makes up about 5% of our revenue. The other 95% is coming from our online courses.
In this video, this is exactly what you'll learn. The perfect business model for YouTube beginners that doesn't require waiting for a huge audience or investing thousands of dollars. The exact 28-day blueprint to build, launch, and sell your product. Why you are the niche, not your topic or category. And why this realization is the key to standing out. How to use a content flywheel to transform 1 hour of work into multiple pieces of content that drives sales while you focus on what matters. The exact product creation system that allowed Garrett to make $50,000 in just 2 weeks from his very first launch. What I'm about to share will compress years of expensive trial and error into 28 days of rapid implementation, validation, and iteration. So here's the 28-day blueprint. Week 1 is all about your foundation and newsletter. Day 1. This is where you identify the profitable problem you'll solve and your unique expertise. Start by listing 3 problems you've personally solved that others struggle with. Examine what people frequently ask your advice about. For Garrett Wing, his unique expertise is that he grew up raising dogs and spent years training police dogs. Research shows that creators who focus on their authentic expertise have 60% higher engagement rates than those who chase trends. But that alone won't make you a single dollar. Most creators never move past this point, and they never turn their knowledge into an actual profit. Day 2. Set up your newsletter platform. There are enough softwares to make your head spin. Don't overthink this and waste time trying every platform. Just use Kajabi. Why? Because jumping between platforms kills momentum. Having everything in one place means you won't waste hours wrestling with tech issues. You can build a newsletter using Kajabi in just 10 minutes using one of their templates. As we progress, Kajabi will let us do everything we need to without having to subscribe to other platforms. Okay, so you've signed up for Kajabi now and your foundation is set. But without the right content, you just have digital real estate collecting dust. Day 3. Start hunting for high-performing content ideas. Ask ChatGPT what the 50 most common problems people have in your niche. For example, Garrett Wing might ask, what are the 50 most common problems people have with training dogs? Then search these topics on YouTube and see which ones are tending to perform best. Now, document all these ideas in a spreadsheet and add a tag to each section for the level of potential interest. These ideas, though, are pretty worthless without the next crucial step that transforms them into actual assets. Days 4 to 7. Most creators burn out creating separate content for every platform. The Content Flywheel flips this game on its head. One piece of content becomes 10, creating a system where everything you publish drives growth everywhere else. And it all starts with writing and publishing your first newsletter. To make writing a newsletter easier, use the Problem Agitate Solution framework. The PAS framework is all about hooking your readers by focusing on a problem they care about. First, you pinpoint a real issue they're facing. Next, you stir up the emotions by highlighting just how much it bothers them. Finally, you come in with a solution that promises to fix it all. It's a straightforward way to grab attention and show you really understand what your audience is going through. You should have 4 newsletters by the time you are finished. This might seem like a random number, but with 4 newsletters, you'll be able to create an entire month's worth of content. Now you're probably hesitating because you don't want to write to 0 subscribers. And this is exactly why most creators fail. They want to wait for an audience before creating the content. But this is a terrible idea. Wouldn't you rather write to a tiny audience first and get all that awkward content out? Ed Sheeran would never have filled stadiums if he didn't play on street corners first. People who need immediate results fail. Those with staying power succeed. But newsletters alone won't make you rich. Not even close. The real leverage comes next. Now we've reached week 2, which focuses on building your YouTube and content cycle. This is where you'll transform that newsletter into different content formats. Day 8, set up your YouTube channel. Now this part is pretty self-explanatory. There's lots of tutorials out there, so we won't spend a lot of time here. Since this is a really easy task, you'll have a lot of time left over, and you'll spend the rest of the day creating a content calendar. Creating a content calendar is super important because it will hold you accountable to a publishing schedule. And consistency is a necessary ingredient to growth. To do this, collect all of your content ideas from your spreadsheet and assign specific dates and times for each newsletter and piece of content to go live.
We found kind of our sweet spot right now is that 5 to 6 shorts a week, and if we can bang out 2 to 4 long forms a month, it is pretty good for us.
Days 10 and 11. Turn your newsletter concept into YouTube thumbnails. Here's a secret. Your thumbnails matter way more than your video editing. Most people spend 70% of their time making the video and just 30% of the time making the thumbnail. And it should be the exact opposite. Because if nobody clicks on the thumbnail, nobody's gonna see your video. To get a click-through rate that's 5% or higher, which is really good, you need to make sure your thumbnail does the following. First, it needs to be instantly understandable with clear, prominent faces and minimal distractions. Second, you need to use exaggeration to amplify the emotion and gain the click. And third, you need to use vibrant, eye-catching colors so you stand out on the discovery page. For more information on making a high-converting thumbnail, watch this video here. In it, Drew Binsky, who has over 1.3 billion video views, explains exactly how to make high-performing thumbnails and structure your content. Okay, so by now your thumbnails are ready to get clicks. But creating fresh content for every platform is a recipe for burnout. Smart creators have a secret weapon that multiplies their output without multiplying their workload. Days 12 and 13. Use AI to repurpose your content. This can easily increase your reach by 3 to 5 times with minimal extra work. To start, reformat your newsletter into a YouTube script. You can easily get ChatGPT to do this for you. Simply use this prompt. Next, reformat your newsletter into a blog post using this prompt. Next, reformat your newsletter into short-form video scripts for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels. Use this prompt. Repeat this process until you have enough content to fill your calendar for 4 weeks. By now, your content strategy looks perfect on paper, but execution terrifies most creators into paralysis. Day 14. Film your content completely on your cell phone. Simply grab a cell phone tripod, download a teleprompter app, load in your scripts, and start filming. The equipment excuse has killed more creator dreams than any algorithm change. Your smartphone already shoots better video than professional cameras did 5 years ago. And here's the truth. Viewers care about value, not production quality. Filming yourself can feel pretty awkward at first, but it becomes effortless as you get in the reps. Simply talk to the camera with the same energy you would talk to a friend on a topic you're excited about. As a pro tip, you should film in a place without a lot of noise and with solid natural light. Also, don't forget to make sure your phone is horizontal when filming YouTube videos and vertical when filming short form. Week 3 is where things get really interesting. This week is all about validation, and most creators really drop the ball here. Days 15 to 16. Edit your videos. Anyone can edit a video, even if you've never done it before. Simply download CapCut. Open CapCut and tap New Project to get started. Choose the video clips you want to work with. Drag the clips into the timeline. Cut, split, or rearrange them until they look just right. Add in transitions, filters, and effects to give your video that little extra flair. Throw in some text for titles, some captions, and then pick a song. Watch your video all the way through and make any final adjustments. When you're happy with it, hit export and save your video. Repeat this process for all your videos and then schedule them to publish according to your content calendar. Okay, so your content machine is up and running, but content alone is not going to make you wealthy. The missing piece is what turns audience attention into actual revenue. Days 17 to 19. Develop your unique methodology based on your expertise. This is the system, process, or framework that will become your signature offer. This is what makes you unique, makes you hard to compete with, and makes you unreplaceable, even by AI. Research shows that courses teaching systems and frameworks have 3 times higher completion rates than informational courses. For example, Garrett took his e-collar training approach and broke it into a 5-step system anyone could follow. It's called Unleashed. To create your own methodology, start by figuring out what you want your course to achieve. Take a look at other courses in your niche, see what they're doing, notice what works and what's missing. Then think about how you can bring in your unique methodology. Then outline your course content in a logical sequence. Be sure to add in elements that force your audience to actually apply the knowledge, like projects, real-life challenges, or even a little gamification. This next part is crucial. Figure out how to build quick wins for your learners into the course. You want your learners to get immediate wins as they go through the course so that they get the confidence and the momentum they need to keep going. With most courses, only 5 to 15% of students actually finish the course. And the reason for this is really simple. Most creators make the mistake of front-loading their course with the theory, instead of with the tactics that create instant results. So figure out how you can make the first section of your course so valuable, it alone is worth the price of entry.
There's no fluff, there's no BS. It doesn't take you 3 years to train your dog. Like, you can train your dog from 0 to hero in 6 weeks. And you can see progress every time you bring them out, every 5 or 10 minutes. You're crushing these hurdles.
Your methodology probably sounds pretty brilliant to you right now, but that doesn't guarantee the public will agree. Most creators build their entire product not knowing if anyone actually wants it. And it's a blind spot that leads a lot of people to failure. Days 20 to 21. Test your concept with your audience. In social posts, use polls, questions, and ask for direct feedback on your concept. This is a core idea behind the building in public movement. Rather than wasting time building something no one wants, people who build in public actively solicit audience feedback as they build. This requires you to overcome the fear that sharing something that isn't ready is somehow damaging. In reality, sharing something before it's ready will save you the painful experience of building something no one wants because you were focused on the wrong things. It's like building an entire restaurant, hiring staff, developing a menu, buying equipment, before ever making a single meal to see if people like your food.
Having a world-known chef spit out my food is not good.
Tiki plata. Plata.
So by now, you've validated your concept. But the gap between interested and a paying customer is where most creators crash and burn. And the conventional approach has it completely backward. This brings us to week 4, pre-selling. Days 22 to 23. Outline the course structure you just created on a landing page, but do not build the course yet. Your landing page should have these elements: a headline with a benefit-driven statement, a subheading that emphasizes the key outcome, a high-quality image that reinforces the message, bullet points that highlight the main problems your course solves, a list that breaks down the lesson plan, a section that tells your story as the instructor. But this isn't just any biography. This is your transformational story. It should speak about how you struggled with the same problems your customers struggle with, and how you developed a unique methodology that helped you overcome them. It's also a good idea to include social proof. like quotes from people you've worked with or even past students. You'll also need to include a pricing section that offers an early bird discount, because this creates a feeling of scarcity. It's also a really good idea to offer the option of a payment plan because it helps reduce buying friction. It's also a really smart idea to offer a money-back guarantee to reduce purchasing anxiety. You'll definitely need to include a frequently asked questions section to address any likely questions about the course. Lastly, you'll need an eye-catching CTA button embedded throughout the page. So now your landing page is ready, but without proper promotion, it's just a beautiful dead end. Even the best offers fail without the right traffic strategy. Days 24 to 25. Promote your course landing page to your audience. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can you promote a product when you don't even have a product yet? But this is the secret behind most successful course creators. They collect payments first, and then they build what people have already purchased. This is no different than entrepreneurs in any industry who test market demand before investing into full production. It's a tactic used by even the largest companies in the world, like Tesla. To do this, you set a future release date 6 weeks out and accept pre-orders for a limited time early bird discount. If no one buys, simply pivot by making a new landing page and try again. The beauty of this approach is that once you make your first sale, you're committed. You have to deliver on deadline. And this will force you to actually get to the finish line and not get stuck in perfection paralysis. A really common strategy course creators use for the first version of their product is a cohort. This means that rather than recording it, they teach it live over a series of sessions, usually over Zoom. And while this is a higher touch product, for the first release, it's a strong strategy because it allows learners to ask questions in real time, giving you the ability to find out what gaps exist in your curriculum. Many successful course creators will run a cohort 1 to 3 times before finally recording their course. To market your course to your email list, you'll want to build an email sequence with these 5 emails. Email 1, the welcome and connection email. Introduce yourself and your unique story. Show the audience how you have directly experienced the challenges they are currently experiencing, and how you used your unique methodology to transform into a success story. This email sets the stage. Email 2, the value and benefits email. Agitate the problem the audience is experiencing. Make it seem really painful. Then deep dive into the benefits of the course, explaining exactly how it solves their problem. Email 3, the social proof and credibility email. Build trust with testimonials, success stories, and evidence of results. The goal of this email is to show you can be trusted. Email 4, the overcome objections and scarcity email. Address common objections someone might have to buying your course. Then introduce scarcity, like a limited time offer, limited spots, or a deadline for enrollment, to gently nudge them towards taking action. Email 5, the final reminder and urgency email. Create urgency and encourage immediate action by giving them a final opportunity to avoid missing out.
Most people really wait to the last minute, so those final reminder emails definitely go a long way.
Okay, so now your pre-sale is live, but launching is just the beginning. The difference between moderate success and massive results lies in what happens next. Days 26 to 28, analysis. It's absolutely insane how many creators ignore this step. And what's so brutal about this is that without analysis, you will have no idea what simple changes could 10x your results. Just look at Google. They tested 41 shades of blue for their links and found that the best performing shade of blue led to an increase of $200 million in revenue. So how do you start your analysis? Start with your landing page data. Install a tool called Hotjar, which allows you to see a heat map of where people are clicking, scrolling, and spending the most time. If your call to action button is barely getting clicks, it might need to be repositioned or redesigned. Next, study your analytics on YouTube and other social platforms. Make a list of the highest performing topics. Make a plan to reuse these topics in future videos with slightly modified framing. Don't worry about being repetitive. People forget fast and need to be reminded of the fundamentals. Next, look at your content retention and take note of which videos have the lowest watch time. Document observations about what makes these videos not so engaging. Then look at your highest performing videos and take notes about what makes them different. It's also a good idea to look at other videos that performed better than yours and take notes about what they're doing that you aren't. Next, study the times when your audience is most online. Revise your content calendar to align with these times. Now, take a look at your email data. Are emails sent on certain days or times performing better? Do certain subject lines or content types consistently drive more clicks? Update accordingly. Finally, create a spreadsheet and come up with a list of A/B tests to try different approaches. An A/B test is when you test one single element. For example, testing 2 different versions of an email subject line, or 2 different wordings on a CTA button. It's crucial that you only run one A/B test at a time, so you can pinpoint what variable is actually moving the needle. While thousands of creators will spend the next year on the hamster wheel chasing views, you could be building a sustainable business in the next 28 days. The path diverges right here, right now, with the decision you make right after this video. Remember, the journey doesn't end after 28 days. You need to commit to your content calendar and view this as a multi-year project, because that's what separates the 7-figure creators from the ones who fade away. Now that you know how to monetize your channel, you'll want to check out my video on getting more views on YouTube. In that video, I break down the exact 3-step viral formula that top creators like Drew Binsky use to generate millions of views per video. Because once you have your product ready, you'll want a system to get in front of as many people as possible. I'll see you in the next one.